Hello everyone, my name is Mansi Kaushik and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm an incoming student at UCLA, and in this channel I use my high school and college experiences to just help you guys succeed, whether it be in college admissions, IB, or even lifestyle. So subscribe if you're interested in that, and follow me on Instagram for more interesting things such as live streams, Q&As. I'm going to be going live on different accounts where I'm going to be talking about building a school list, picking and choosing extracurriculars, and applying as a pre-med. So definitely check that out. Today we're going to be talking about the UC essays, everything from which prompt to pick, how to approach the prompts, and at the end I'm going to be reading my own essays. I would say I was pretty successful while applying to the UCs. I applied to 6 out of the 9. I got into all of them, so hopefully my tips and my essays will help you get into the UC schools of your dreams. So let's start with a little intro on the UC application. Let me know if you guys want an entire video of me breaking down the UC application, but the UC application does not have any interviews, does not require any recommendations. Also, you have to self-report your own grades, so it's very different from the Common App. And the essays, you have 8 topics, out of which you can pick 4. When I was applying, one of the hardest things for me was to just pick 4 out of the 8 prompts. And so these are my 3 tips on how you guys should pick your prompts. My first piece of advice is to pick 4 prompts that show 4 different sides of yourself. So each prompt should show a different aspect, such as a creative aspect or academic aspect or an athletic aspect. So this doesn't mean that you should have a theme to all your essays, which I will explain and elaborate more on later, but you should show the admissions officers that you're a holistic person with a variety of interests and facets to your personality. So for example, prompts 4, 5, and 6 are all academic based. They talk about your academic journey and the challenges you faced in your academic journey. So ideally, you would only pick 1 out of the 3 because academics is only one part of your entire life. My second piece of advice is for those who are applying to colleges other than the UCs. You likely have to write a Common App essay, and this is where you have to think about efficiency, whether or not you can use your Common App essay for any of the UC prompts. For example, I used my Common App essay, which I talk about in my Reading My Common App Essay video, which I'll put over here. But I ended up condensing and editing my Common App essay to fit prompt number 1 of the UC prompts. My last piece of advice is very obvious, but it's to pick the prompts that you really like and you think will flow the best. Like, stick to your gut and go with it. So now let's talk about how to approach the UC essays. I strongly believe that you should have a theme to your application. I talk more about what a theme is in my Activities Plus Spike video. I will link it over here, but basically you should have a theme that connects all of your essays, and this theme should be quite broad. For example, mine was connecting things in general, whether it be people or ideas. So although each essay showed different sides of me, for example, my creative side or my academic side, all of those things came together in order to show that I can connect things, ideas, interests in a very unique way. And that is exactly what you guys should do. Pick a broad theme that you think really defines yourself and is a really important value to you. It's easier said than done. You have to pick a theme that's narrow enough that it connects all 4 of your essays, but broad enough that it shouldn't show like only one side of yourself, if you guys know what I mean. But yeah, just pause and think about how huge the UCs are. Like, UCLA is the most applied to school in the nation, and it's really hard for them to sift through all of them, read each essay in depth. So if you have a theme that really unifies your application and especially your essays, then it'll be so much easier for them to see how you fit on the campus and whether you will be a good fit or a good addition to their incoming class. My second piece of advice would be to use the UC essays as a way of explaining things. For example, imagine you're an admissions officer and you see something crazy, like the person has a world record or they cooked with like Gordon Ramsay or something. Sorry, I've been watching too much MasterChef. But imagine if you saw that, you would want more of an explanation because that's something that's really cool, right? So ideally, they would turn to the essays, and ideally, that's where you would explain more about the activity. And this extends to other stuff as well. For example, extenuating circumstances that led to a dip in your 11th grade grades or your GPA or something. My third and final tip is to get to the point as fast as you can. Your aim should be to list the things you did in the activity and why they were important to you, but you shouldn't do it in like a legitimate list. You should make it into a story. So what I recommend you guys do is start with a hook. It should be around 2 to 3 lines, and then in the body, you should just list aspects like what you're doing, why you're doing it, and relate it back to your overall theme. So in my UC essays, I answered prompts number 1, number 2, number 6, and number 7. So I'm going to start off with prompt 1, which is describe an example of your leadership experience in which you have positively influenced others, helped resolve disputes, or contributed to group efforts over time. I'm not going to read my essay for prompt number 1 because it's dead ass just my Common App essay, and I already made a video on that. I'm going to start with my second essay, which was for prompt number 2. The prompt was, every person has a creative side, and it can be expressed in many ways. Problem solving, original and innovative thinking, and artistically, to name a few. Describe how you express your creative side. Videos have taught me everything I know, from the complexities of chemical compounds to the immense amount of college advice. The people behind my computer screen have acted as my professors, mentors, and even friends. Inspired by them, I started creating videos of my life. I made video diaries, capturing my family's feelings when we moved to India, birthday videos for my loved ones, and branched out to make promotional event videos for my residential community. The sheer excitement of capturing memories as I walked around with my DSLR camera created a feeling of both warmth and fiery passion. However, when my grandma showed me a video on her own, this hobby turned into much more. My grandma called me over and started flipping through the numerous videos she had been receiving from her various social groups on WhatsApp. They were about a variety of things, such as political news or funny baby videos, but many of them were about health. People posting their own videos to cure knee pain through exercises or magic oils. It was then that I realized how much potential WhatsApp had as a means of conveying information, especially within senior citizens who rarely accessed the internet. By interviewing over 100 senior citizens, I was not only able to discern the most common health problems they faced, but also how they viewed medicine. Then, using my understanding of visual techniques, camera skills, and editing expertise, I crafted a 12-minute video about knee pain, illustrating all parts of the knee using a 3D model and including interviews of other senior citizens so that they could relate with their own. I tried circulating it in various WhatsApp groups in Bangalore and rural Rajasthan to reach both urban and rural communities. I believe in the upcoming century, physicians will not be the sole source of all things health, but rather be translators between data or information presented on platforms and the patient. My creativity brings me one step closer to becoming the physician of today. So 2 important things in this essay were that I used it to explain a cool activity. The second thing is the theme I'm trying to build. I directly related media and video and filmmaking, which is one of my interests, to health. So that's where the theme came in. What's really cool is that in this essay I talk about how videos have taught me a lot about chemistry to even college admissions, and now I'm using videos to help you guys hopefully with college admissions and other stuff in life. And so this essay is really important to me, and it's one of my favorite college essays that I wrote. The next essay prompt I answered was prompt number 6, which was think about an academic subject that inspires you. Describe how you have furthered this interest inside and or outside of the classroom. My interest in biology led me to believe that I would pursue medicine in the future. I completed multiple internships observing surgeries, attending to patients, and also immersing myself in my future career. However, one internship had a different effect. During the summer before 10th grade, I interned at RxDX, a local clinic known for its innovative telemedicine department, which is the utilization of technology to provide healthcare to underprivileged communities. As I observed the way the doctors overcame the geographical barrier, I realized that there was more to medicine than the clinical interaction. My idea of medicine broadened further as I took IB Economics HL, where I was exposed to the large-scale effect of disease on indicators such as gross national income and even productivity. As I explored this, my idea of health transitioned from fixation to prevention, leading me to the field of public health. This past summer, I took Duke University's online course, The Challenges of Global Health, which taught me about wide-reaching factors contributing to health that I had never thought of. One of these was politics. Immersing myself in my grandmother's political party debates, I agreed with the development of the ASHA, Accredited Social Health Activist Program, and free public hospital model, but questioned how only 3% of the GDP would be enough to fund these models. Mustering up the courage to ask a question to the local head, we began a short debate. With every sentence I spoke, I saw the theories of my economics textbook come alive, working to promote my wider love of health, while also advocating for my community. Over the next few weeks, I interviewed 508 people, relaying their health problems and concerns to the same politician. As of right now, I have only explored the link between health and politics, as well as health and media, but at the University of California, I hope to delve into one of the various public health majors in order to find new and creative ways to promote health in my community and beyond. As you can see, I explained the fact that I was really interested in public health and why I was interested in it, because it helped me view health from different perspectives, from different fields. And so this goes back to the theme of connecting things, theme of connecting disciplines, of connecting politics and health, as well as economics and health. And so it really bolstered my theme even further. My fourth essay was on prompt number 7, which was, what have you done to make your school or your community a better place? With 2 different types of medicines in front of us, my family tried to discern which type would best subside my brother's chronic eczema. Our pediatrician at Kaiser Permanente prescribed allopathic medicine, whereas our grandma referred us to a familiar Ayurvedic doctor. Who and what should we trust? As an Indian American, my culture has defined all parts of my life, whether it be my mom forcing me to eat 5 almonds in the morning or touching my relatives' feet as a sign of respect. However, living in America for 14 years, I was lost in the dichotomy of my 2 worlds. When I moved to India, I encountered an entire cohort of Indian American peers who underwent the same atypical experiences and who were unable to reside on the bridge between the 2 cultures, just as I was. Through various conversations, I realized that the first step to combining my peers and my 2 worlds was to bring a part of America into India. I began with volleyball, a sport that I diligently played in middle school, as well as for an external club. Utilizing soccer rules as makeshift volleyball nets and coaching my team to a respectable position in a regional tournament, I prompted a sense of pride among my peers, showing them the potential of this new community we were in. Seeing the success of volleyball in India, the PE teachers became more open-minded as well, acknowledging my campaign for a coach and a court. Moreover, volleyball set the tone for various non-traditional sports afterward. We promoted sports such as flag football, ultimate frisbee, and even the fantastical game of Quidditch. Our hard work paid off when we held tournaments for flag football and Quidditch at our inter-school fest. Through sports, I've embraced the multiculturalism of me and my peers, to act as a catalyst for people to come together and embrace the diversity of values, ideologies, and opinions, whether it be in medicine or even sports. In this essay, I really tried to talk about connecting my cultures, my American culture and my Indian culture, and how that clash between both my Indian and American cultures was kind of always there, because I was an Indian living in America and I was never really close to my family and I didn't really know which culture to adhere to. But then I met so many other people who went through the same experiences as me in my international school, and so we connected both cultures really well. And this again related to connections with my peers, connections with both my cultures. So as you can see, each essay showed a different side of me. In the first essay, I was a leader, relatable leader, a kind leader. In the second one, I was a creative filmmaker. In the third one, I was academic. I showed my interdisciplinary interests. And in the fourth one, I was athletic, but also multicultural. In the same way, I would advise you guys to stick to 2 traits or characteristics or values for each UC essay, because each essay is 350 words, so I wouldn't recommend jamming a bunch of values, traits, and stuff in an essay. Stick to 2 and really try to show those to the fullest extent. Before I end this video, I wanted to talk about an organization I am involved with. It's called the Virtual Vine, and instead of me explaining it, I had the executive ambassador send me a video explaining the entire organization, so here it is.
The Virtual Vine is an organization dedicated to providing critical information to incoming and prospective college students, particularly those from first generation and low income, also known as FIGLY, and international student background. On our YouTube channel, we currently have 9 videos dedicated to the FIGLY experience and 5 videos dedicated to the international student experience, ranging across 13 institutions in 3 countries. Our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn also post unique tips and tricks. Monty is one of our ambassadors for the international cohort and recently did a video for UCLA. Looking forward to seeing you there.
That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. Like this video if it helped you. Subscribe for more college application, lifestyle, IB related content. I have so much more to come. I will see you guys next time.